Okay, so today I wanted to talk about gratitude and contentment and how they're related to our financial goals. Often achieving our financial goals can be really heavily impacted by our mindset. And I think that sometimes people might not totally realize that. They focus more just on the money and do they have enough money to pay off debt and just kind of look at it as just kind of strictly dollars and cents. But by practicing gratitude and contentment for what we already have can really often make it easier to save money for things like paying off debt, building your savings, or whatever other goals you might be trying to work towards. Because sometimes people, when they don't have gratitude for what they have and when they're not content, sometimes they'll want to go out and spend money or not really think about what they're spending money on because they're just kind of going along and not really like looking at what they already have and saying like what they don't need so that they can make these financial goals. And maybe they could be more focused on getting those financial goals done if they were more thankful about what they already have and more content with what they already have and not always kind of looking for those other things. So when you practice gratitude, you're kind of like actively acknowledging your thankfulness and your appreciation for what you have. So it's like you're kind of making yourself take the time to look at things and say, oh my gosh, this kitchen table might have like wobbly legs or the chairs might be questionable when you sit on them if they might break, but it's still functioning. I don't need a new kitchen table. I'm just kind of using this as an example because we had a kitchen table for a while that we finally saved up for, but we saved up for a secondhand one that we got for really inexpensive. But we had a table where it was like, well, is this one of the safe chairs? I'm not sure. Be careful on any chair you sit on because they were kind of losing their strength. But we were grateful still to have that table because we were still all able to sit at it. We could still all have dinner. And we didn't feel the need to like rush out and buy a new table because we were trying to achieve other goals. So that's just like a little example of something like that. But the point is that like when you recognize and appreciate what you already have, it can really lessen that desire to want to purchase more things or new things that are going to use up money that could be better used towards your financial goals. Even like something as simple as the coffee you have at home. Like if you're appreciate that it's good, maybe you really like it. It might not be as like fancy as like going out to Starbucks and getting a fancy drink, but if you can put more appreciation and gratitude into that coffee you can make at home and just say, well, I'm so thankful I have this and I don't really need to go out and buy like some fancy drink when using that money could go towards something else. It's kind of like literally making yourself think, like actively thinking about those things that you have and reminding yourself that you're grateful for what you have. It doesn't only just relate to material things. Yes, you might be less likely to go out and purchase a new carpet if you take the time to think about the usefulness and value that you're currently getting out of your current carpet. But it's not only material type things. Like I said, the coffee, I guess that is a material thing, but it's even just like things like your family, your friends, just maybe your job. It can be anything that you have in your life that occurs at any point in the day that you can really think about and realize how many things that you likely do have to be grateful for. And when you do this, it can make you have like this positive energy, and it can really help boost your mood and give you motivation to stick to your goals. Because a lot of times people overspend when they feel like they need a treat or a reward. It can really if you can give yourself that by acknowledging all that you are grateful for and all that you already have, you'll be less likely to make those unnecessary purchases or making otherwise unwise financial decisions because you're feeling like you need like that extra treat, or you need something a little bit more. And you can also gain confidence by being grateful and acknowledging the goals that you've already completed. So even just being grateful, even if you say you just paid off like a small debt, like acknowledging that and being grateful that you had the resources to do that, that gratitude can really help in keeping you moving forward and continuing on and not giving up and making more progress on more financial goals, and maybe paying off another small bill or another small debt, or putting a little bit more into savings, whatever you're trying to work towards. It's your mindset has so much to do with it. And then contentment, because I talked about gratitude and contentment, they kind of really go hand in hand. Contentment is the idea of being happy with what you have and not always being on the lookout for something new. So when you practice gratitude and you're thankful for what you have and you see the value in it, you're then going to be content with those things, and you're less likely to want to upgrade the things in your life, because you'll see that what I have, I'm grateful for. It may not be like my dream item that, for whatever it is that you're talking about, but you're grateful for it, you can be content with it, and you don't have to feel the need to like rush out and buy something new. And I'm not only talking about people that are always out spending. It's just like the big picture. There's just something about seeing what you have and being grateful for what you have that can just kind of give you that momentum to just keep moving forward on these goals that you're working on, especially if you're in that phase where the goals are taking a lot of time and energy. Like if you're really like focused on paying down debt, or focused on saving up an emergency fund, or whatever you're working on that might be like really, really require commitment, by being more content with what you have and having that gratitude mindset, it can really just help keep you focused on that and just keep moving forward and making progress on what you're trying to achieve. So when you're not content with what you have, it can lead to buying more things, incurring higher costs, or by trying to upgrade your lifestyle. This can be like with things as small as like going out and buying new clothes when you have perfectly good clothes to wear, or something as big as buying a more expensive car or house, or maybe even booking like a last minute expensive getaway because you feel like, oh, I deserve this, I need to get away, I need to have more, where when you're happy and content with what you have, you don't really have that need to upgrade and maybe make poor financial choices that are going to impact the goals that you're trying to achieve. So that's just kind of the idea of, I think if some of you who already do this will definitely know what I'm talking about. And if you're not already doing it, just kind of think about it during the day. It's something that you have to, it's called practicing gratitude, because it's something that you have to like make yourself think about and acknowledge those things. It's not just going to happen just running through your day, being busy and doing whatever you have to do. You have to just stop and take a minute and just kind of think about it. Just some kind of general tips, I guess, to be more content with what you have. Just really kind of take time to think of all the basic things even that you have. Food, shelter, transportation, like you're safe, you're not starving, just all the even just the most basic of things. Another way that some people say you can help be more content is to simplify what you have also. Sometimes when you have too much stuff, it can be hard to really appreciate what you have, but if you scale back a little and just keep the things that you really love, you can have more time to appreciate those and can increase your feeling of being content. Like I said, taking time to practice gratitude, just being more thankful for what you have, it can really help you not have that feeling of the need to replace or upgrade what you already have. And if you're taking that time to actively be grateful for what you have, you won't really have time to be worrying about what you don't have or comparing to what somebody else might have. You're not worried about that because you're taking that time and realizing how grateful you are for what you do have. I have kind of like a funny, I don't know, I find it to be kind of a funny example, but when I really started trying to work on this, one thing that I started doing when I was working on changing my mindset, trying to be more grateful about things, and this isn't a material thing, it's actually about going to the dentist. But I don't like going to the dentist at all. I didn't like going for my semi-annual cleanings. I just would always dread it. I would dread it as it was coming up. I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's coming next month. And then I would keep thinking about it. And then like the day of, I'd be like, oh, I gotta go there. I can't wait till it's over. And I would just really kind of make it miserable on myself. And that's kind of like, maybe not the greatest example, but that's kind of like one of those situations where people might wind up being like, all right, I'm going to go get myself a treat because I had to go through this today. It's probably not the best example, but you know what I mean? Like those are the kind of situations where something like that is happening and people will kind of want to reward themselves for getting through it. But what I started doing and what I do now currently is instead of dreading it, I remind myself that I'm actually lucky to have the opportunity to get my teeth cleaned and to receive dental care and to take care of this important part of my health. So I know that might sound weird, but it really does help. Like when I think of it in that way, that I'm not just sitting around dreading it, that I'm saying, yeah, it's not my favorite thing. I'm not going to pretend it's my favorite thing, but I just think about the fact that there's people that aren't able to get this kind of dental care and take care of their health in this way. So I'm really lucky to have this offered to me. And even while I'm in the appointment, while I'm getting my teeth cleaned, instead of sitting there like thinking like, oh, I hate this, when's it going to be over? I try and think about other things. And then I also will remind myself, even during the cleaning, that I'm lucky to be getting this done and that it's really good for me to get this done, and trying to be more grateful of it instead of dreading it. Now, of course, there's going to be other things that are just, are going to be difficult to do that with. But I just thought that was kind of like a funny example of one way that I try. I really try and apply this to all areas of my life as much as I can, because I really, truly feel that it helps in so many ways, but it definitely helps in your financial goals. Even though these things aren't directly related to your financial goals, just having that thankfulness and gratefulness in your life really helps you stay focused on your financial goals, because you're not out looking for something more. It really does all tie together. So I know this is kind of a short episode. I don't have too much more to say about it, but I just really hope that maybe this can help someone out there. It has definitely helped me. And that's it. So if you'd like to reach out to me with any feedback or episode suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at facebook.com/LolaSFrugalLife. You could send me a direct message through Facebook, or if you're interested in joining our listeners group, it's at facebook.com/groups/LolaSFrugalLife. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to have you join the group. Also, don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave me a review, I would really, really appreciate it. And that's it. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a really awesome day.